Goomy! What is up, guys? Steven here, and today I'm going to be bringing you my Week 6 game of LTPL against Fully Cooley. I actually lost to Fully Cooley in SPL, and so this was a little bit of a chance at redemption, I guess. I was really hoping that I could win this game. Looking at the team, it does kind of look like a Fully Cooley team, with the camera up and the Kabutops and the Ferroseed. All of those are mons that he really enjoys using. If you probably don't recognize this team, it was in a video one time of like why I won't be laddering for a while. And this was actually a team I made for the Dark Horse laddering thing. Which is basically like you have to use mons that have a certain like level of usage and like certain low level of usage. And Porygon is my Dark Horse, and I just thought that this team would do fairly well against FLCL's builds. And I actually played like an hour after the week was posted. So this was like one of those first blood kind of scenarios. It wasn't actually first blood, ironically. It was like just playing quick, and like I just felt super comfortable with this team because it's probably the team I played the most games with, just because it was a laddering thing, and I thought it would match up well. So my team is Agility, 3 attacks, Porygon, Life Orb, Taunt, Evire. I'm Rindoberry, Stealth Rock, Relicanth, Calm Mind, Baton Pass, Masharna. This is before Baton Pass is banned in NU. Baton Pass to Agility, Porygon is pretty neat. I'm Olg. I don't know why we call it that, but it's Offensive Life Orb, Gourgeist, which is pretty cool. And then Xatu in the last slot, and it's offensive, 3 attacks, Modest. I think it's Modest. It's very offensive. I really like this team. And I'm just gonna lead with Relicanth because pretty much the only thing that menaces it is Ferroseed, and I do have Xatu for that. So I am just gonna lead with Relicanth, and this turn, like going for Hit Smash is just super duper safe because I am Rindoberry, so even a Grass Knot would not be enough to dispatch me, and I do just catch the Ferroseed, and I'm just gonna assume that he thinks I'm Bandit or something. I'm just gonna go for Rocks as he knocks off my Rindoberry, revealing that I was not choiced. He's just gonna make a good play here and just knocks off again. I pretty much had to switch. I am Colbur, so I just Psyshock, and then I Heat Wave. I really anticipated the Protect the first time, so I kind of wanted to bait him. He actually makes a nice play by pivoting around that. He burns me with Lava Plume, which really sucked, because Xatu just would have been nice to kind of switch in throughout the game, but that burn just put so much pressure on me. So I'm just going to Psyshock. I really want to keep Rocks up, like obviously, because he has the Scyther and the thing, and I dodged Stone Edge. And just based off the way that he's playing it right now, I'm in his team composition, I'm pretty sure that that's Scarf Kabu. But I am just going to Seed Bomb here because I outspeed if he's not Scarf because I'm offensive. And now I've revealed that by being Life Orb. As I can just go straight into Evire on the Xatu, and he goes into Ferroseed, which is great because I do carry Flamethrower. I considered making some like weird play here, but I'm just going to EQ. A lot of Evires probably couldn't have even killed the Camerupt from where it was at. Now the fact that he brings in Kabu like confirms that he's Scarf on this. So I'm just going to go into Gourgeist again to prevent the spin. And I'm just going to Shadow Sneak again, knowing he's Scarf. And that would have taken him out as he goes into Xatu, which has Helmet. Now he goes into Scyther and Roosts, and my Fire Blast connects, and really fortunately I get a burn. Which ultimately is just kind of going to win me the game. I'm going to double switch from Reli here as he does reveal U-turn and goes into Kabu, and at this point I'm kind of forced to just sack And I'm just gonna go into Relicanth and Waterfall. So this is just kind of a weird situation. If I hadn't gotten burned earlier with Xatu, I'd be in a great spot, but obviously that's not what happened. So I'm gonna sack Xatu so I can get a Musharna before Seeds. So I get like a free guaranteed CM, as I'm gonna get 2 CMs there. He knocks off my Culver again on this Mon, and he goes Mesprit, and as I Moonlight just to try to get healthier. And now he's just gonna Signal Beam as I end up passing directly into Porygon and get a Spatak Raise, which is good information to know, because I can just fire off a really strong Agility. I just Agility to basically force him into this Kabu, at which point I can just go into Reli as he superpowers, and I'm gonna save Relicanth by just going into Musharna, knowing that he's Scarf, and that allows me to get a Calm Mind here. So this is kind of like, this is kind of a weird scenario because I mean, the Kabu dies to rocks now, which is really good. I'm trying to not get crit, and I kind of want to explain a little bit my thinking here of I want to get +5 because based on the calc, I want to be in a situation where I think that he'd be forced to sack Mesprit against the, it's basically in a situation where he's forced to sack Mesprit against the Porygon, because he can't just let me stay at a super high level of HP and then, you know, go into Ferroseed, because then, like, he just loses no matter what. So here I am at +6, and so the reason I went to +6 here is that, I mean, Shadow Ball will obviously KO the Mesprit. It would have KO'd the Mesprit like at earlier levels of damage. But the reason I did this is legitimately, like, for this exact scenario where he's actually gonna crit me here with Signal Beam as I kill him. So what that ends up letting me do is I can do enough damage to this Ferroseed so that even if he Leech Seeds, if he hits there, he only gets like a tiny amount of health back. So then he basically has to Seed again or Protect, and I can just go into Relicanth, which was at like 1 HP. So even if he does Seed that, he only gets like a tiny amount of health left, and then I'll be able to kill the Ferroseed with a combination of Shadow Ball and Psychic against the Leech Seed recovery. So that's ultimately why I went to that level of Calm Minding before passing. And a couple things pretty much mattered in that game, like burning the Scyther was really important, and him burning my Xatu was pretty bad. But obviously it was better for me that I burned his Scyther than it was for him that he burned my Xatu, although he didn't really know my set. So yeah, I mean, that was a pretty interesting game, and fortunately I was able to secure the victory for the team. So at this point in the season I was 5-0, so doing pretty good. And if you guys like this video, drop a like, drop a comment, they're greatly appreciated. If you dislike the video, drop a dislike and tell me why in the comments, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.